Have you ever wondered what true happiness is? Is it wealth, youth, or something else entirely? Let me tell you a story that might hold the answer. Once upon a time, nestled in a quiet mountain village, lived an old woman in a tiny stone house. She had no family to her name, no riches to count, and no grand possessions to show off, and yet her heart was a reservoir of peace. Every morning her routine was simple. She'd light a small fire, cook a humble soup from the vegetables she grew in her own garden, and hum old, forgotten songs that danced on the air. The villagers adored her. Her gentle smile was a beacon of warmth. Whenever someone felt lost, burdened by sadness, or adrift in life's storms, they would find their way to her little stone house. Her calmness was a balm to their weary souls, a quiet comfort that asked for nothing in return. One cold evening, as darkness draped itself over the mountains, a sharp knock echoed on her door. She opened it slowly, her eyes meeting those of a stranger. "Who are you?" she asked, her voice soft but clear. The traveler offered a gentle smile. "I'm just passing by," he said, "but I've heard stories about you. You've lived a good life, a life of contentment. So today, I've come to give you a choice." "A choice?" she repeated, a flicker of curiosity in her eyes. "Yes," he affirmed, his voice carrying a hint of mystery. "3 doors. Behind one lies your greatest, most secret desire. Behind the other 2, you will find only disappointment." The old woman let out a kind, airy chuckle. "Oh, I'm far too old to be chasing dreams now," she said, her wrinkles deepening with her smile. But the traveler was persistent, his gaze earnest, and so, intrigued, she agreed to follow him. They walked together in silence to a quiet meadow, bathed in the soft, silvery light of the stars. There, standing mysteriously in the grass, were 3 doors. One was magnificent, made of shimmering gold. The second was sturdy and simple, crafted from dark wood. The third was old and weathered, its surface covered in rust. "Choose," the traveler said, his voice a low whisper in the night. The woman took her time. She looked carefully at each door, her gaze lingering for a moment on the golden one, then the wooden one, before she walked with steady steps straight to the rusted door. The traveler's brow furrowed in confusion. "Why this one?" he asked, unable to hide his surprise. "The others hold such promise." She smiled, a knowing, gentle smile that reached her eyes. "All the most beautiful things in my life," she explained, "have come to me wrapped in old, simple forms. The best things are rarely the shiniest." With a slow creak, she pulled the rusted door open. Inside, there was nothing. Only a curtain of dust motes dancing in the moonlight and a profound, deep silence. The traveler watched her, waiting for the inevitable wave of disappointment, for the sadness to cloud her face. But she only smiled again, a peaceful expression gracing her features. "Aren't you upset?" he finally asked, his voice laced with disbelief. "No," she said softly, her voice as calm as a still lake. "I was born with nothing, and I still have this peace in my heart. Tell me, what have I lost?" The traveler was silent for a long moment, truly looking at her. Then, with a sigh, he opened the other 2 doors himself. The golden door revealed a room overflowing with shining gold coins and sparkling jewels. The wooden door opened to a mirror, and in its reflection she was not old but young and beautiful again in the prime of her life. "You could have had all of this," he whispered, his voice filled with awe and confusion. "Money, youth, beauty. Why didn't you choose them?" The old lady's kindly smile never wavered. "More than peace?" she asked gently. "More than gratitude? More than the simple joy of a warm soup and a quiet song? No, my friend, I already chose the right door long ago." And with that, she turned and began her walk home, back to her warm fire, her bubbling pot of soup, and her humble, unshakable peace. The traveler watched as her small figure disappeared into the mist, and in that moment, he finally understood. Happiness doesn't always wait behind the golden door. Sometimes it lives quietly in the heart that knows how to be thankful, even when the door it opens is empty. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more stories that touch the heart. See you next time.